so excited to perform for you guys tonight. We're going to do some improv. To get us started, we've got one of our good friends, Tom DiRoberto, who's going to share something that we have never heard before, and then we're going to do some scenes from that. Thanks, Tom.
Hi, everyone. I'm a meteorologist, and usually when people find out that I'm a meteorologist, they say three things to me. They first tell me that I'm paid to be wrong for a living, which is just mean. Then they immediately ask me to give them a weather forecast, which is confusing since they just were mean to me. And they always ask me afterwards, have I ever been storm chasing? Have I ever chased a tornado? And I usually look at them and I kind of laugh a little bit. And I look in the eye and I go, the year was 2009. Because there are some things I love talking about when it comes to the weather, and this is one. So let me tell you the story of the first and only time I've ever gone storm chasing. It was May of 2009, and 5 of my closest friends from college, we flew out to Iowa, we rented a Dodge minivan, we bought a bucket full of Twizzlers, and we then planned 7 days of chasing tornadoes. This was back before everyone had smartphones, so there's only one person in the group that had a phone that was capable of getting onto the internet while you were in a car. So every morning what we would do is that we would use the hotel Wi-Fi and we look up really nerdy things on the internet like the convective available potential energy or the dry line or other nonsense words to most people to find out what tiny, small, middle of nowhere town in the Great Plains we're just going to sit in to wait for tornadoes. To give you an example, we stopped in one place called Perryton, Texas, which is in the Texas Panhandle. And we went to the hotel concierge because we had some time to waste, and we asked them, is there anything we can do in this town? Like, do you have like a brochure? And she looked at us with the deadest of eyes and responded back, why? The brochure would be empty. It was so sad but real. But the closest we ever got to seeing a tornado happened in eastern Colorado. Now, we had woken up that morning in western Kansas in a hotel that kind of smelled like the entire building was smoking 2 packs a day. And we traveled west to Colorado, this tiny town called Lamar, Colorado. Population 7,500. Woo! Yeah, okay. Yeah! And the thing they don't tell you when you're going storm chasing, you think it's really exciting. Like, you're spending all of your time, like, lassoing a tornado. But 90% of the time, you're doing nothing. You're sitting there doing absolutely nothing. So we spent the vast majority of the day in a tiny diner, the Lamar Inn, in Lamar, Colorado, and we found out that the locals used dorky 20-somethings like us as sort of like a weather forecast. Like if we showed up in the morning to their diner, they would know in the afternoon there might be severe weather. As some sort of like, oh, quickie Google. And they were right. That afternoon we chased 3 or 4 like these mega huge thunderstorms all across eastern Colorado. And they were the type of storm systems that like you would just like gawk at. What you would do is you get in a minivan, we got a minivan, and we drive somewhere really close to a tornado but like safe, and then we get outside and we just like look at it. And we would point like, whoa! Holy shit, you see that? And we'd be like, rotation! And there was never rotation. We said it every time, but there was never rotation. Now by 8 p.m. that night, we were chasing the last like UFO-shaped thunderstorm. And we were kind of like looking at like Slackjaw, like all of the math and physics we learned in college and grad school was like turned into the atmosphere to like make this, which was just nuts to us. So as the storm moved away, we all sat on the hood of our Dodge minivan, staring out into the distance in a cow pasture on a dirt road 60 miles from the nearest town, and we just watched the night sky light up every 2 seconds with this like glorious atmospheric fireworks with all this lightning going on. And that night we made it back to Lamar, the Lamar Inn, and we drank and we ate and we laughed and we ate way too much green chili. But we never did see a tornado. So in the end of it, we traveled 3,200 miles, we traveled through 8 states and saw 0 tornadoes. And we've all still seen 0 tornadoes. But it's besides the point, because now whenever we get together, the first thing we talk about is always that trip. And those get-togethers are getting rarer and rarer these days. Because to us, that trip was like our last gasp of being reckless young people before we all slowly and mostly unwillingly morphed into more responsible adults. It was just 5 dumb kids in a minivan. It was perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, for the last time, if you want to eat, there's Twizzlers in the back, but that's all you can eat. I got a tub for the trip.
It's 5 o'clock.
I need something more
5
substantial.
o'clock.
Sounds like Twizzler time to me.
It's been Twizzler time all day.
Yeah. Hey, I'll give you a hint, Bethany. It's always fucking Twizzler time.
Mom, Twizzler time's not as fun if it's all the time.
No.
You know, it's like not special.
Hey, it was fun last week when we started Twizzler time, and it never stopped.
And you liked it?
I know.
You liked it last week. Why don't you like it this week?
We're over Twizzlers. It's
Over Twizzlers?
we're in the middle of the street.
Mom, I know. Hey, I'm not moving. My kid doesn't like Twizzlers.
What? Both of us is fun.
You don't like Twizzlers either?
We didn't say we didn't like Twizzlers. We just said that because we've had so much Twizzler time, they're losing their value.
Yeah.
Twizz me. Twizz mama. Twizz me.
Mom, we're worried about you.
What? I've been doing great, girls. I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, the card is clearly a little lopsided from that accident I got in earlier.
In the middle of the sea.
Yep.
Thanks for coming into school today. Yeah. I'm sorry my office is a little messy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, sit back down.
Oh, okay.
So we just are a little concerned.
What?
Yeah. So the girls
About my girls. Oh, my girls, they're a problem. I can tell you that.
actually they're lovely and very
That's very sweet. But tell me how they really are.
well, they excel academically and they're well
But-
they're compassionate, they're engaged. The primary reason I reached out to you.
Yeah. You sounded so concerned over the
Well,
phone.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. And the reason I reached out to you
Bethany.
is Principal Rogers.
Yeah.
Principal Rogers.
Yeah.
So the reason I reached out to you is just that we're a little concerned
Yeah.
about their nutritional intake and also about the behavior they're
Okay.
exhibiting.
Thank you for saying something. I have been concerned too. They've been wanting to eat vegetables, and I'm like, you've got a delicious fruit-flavored snack right in front of you, and you can eat it at least 3 ways, maybe more, if you put some thought into it.
Okay.
It's nice that you understand, because I have been feeling crazy. I haven't laughed in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
I believe you've misunderstood. It's problematic because they actually don't want to. They're having trouble adjusting because they don't
Because
want to
Dave
disappoint
left.
you. Oh,
Oh,
they hadn't mentioned that.
oh. Well, they have been disappointing me. So if they were concerned about that, they're right to be.
So, are you taking us to Dad's?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I looked at your calendar on the chalkboard in the kitchen and it said that this weekend we're supposed to be with Dad.
Yeah.
So maybe we should go there.
That's the thing about chalk calendars, you can erase them. Write something new. You can always write something new.
Oh, we haven't seen Dad. So
Yeah. God,
We're
me neither. Isn't it great that we're not seeing him?
we were also hoping we could get out of the car.
It seems like lately we've just we've gone to school and then we've gotten the van and then we've
Yeah.
gone back to school.
Yeah. And I've just been driving while you're at school.
I know. I see that.
Kids, your mother hasn't slept in 3 weeks. each other.
I don't want to twist.
If you love this family, you'll twist each other. I don't want to check if you're doing it. Okay, you have to chew. 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 Well, if you want to go to the bathroom, you have to eat all the Twizzlers that are tough to use it.
I just want to see Dad. I don't want to eat any more Twizzlers.
We're having family trouble. Go around. You keep stopping, Mom. You keep stopping. Hey! Hey! Do you want a Twizzler? Yeah. Oh boy. Oh,
It's coming.
I know.
It's coming. I know it's coming.
I just feel like I'm not ready to get married. You know that I've been to 8 weddings and I've never seen a marriage happen.
I feel like if you time this wedding perfectly, the tornado will be here right when we say I do.
I know,
Oh yeah.
I'm not really concerned about the weather or the omens it brings. I'm telling you that I'm no good. I'm a bad luck charm.
What do you think? Like, how do we capture both the tornado and our and the guests and us like in the right picture? Like, what type of camera?
I am talking to you about feelings. What? You are out here and I'm here. I need you here. You're. I don't care.
There hasn't been a tornado here since '66. This is the big one. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's the big one? And
That's the big one.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was our wedding. I'll go fix my mascara.
Am I not a storm chaser? Is that not my life? Is that not what puts food on this table?
I resent that, and I thought you were way more into equality, or I wouldn't have agreed to this in the first place.
You guys waiting for the tornado?
Yeah, it's coming. Come here.
First one since '66. You mind if I camp out with you?
Yeah.
This is where everyone's watching for the date, all right?
We're watching here.
Yeah.
We're not leaving.
We're in the courtyard of a hotel in which we are getting married at in 36 minutes.
I heard this was the epicenter. I saw it
There's not
online.
an epicenter with tornadoes.
All right, fine. I'm gonna go find it because it is in this courtyard area. Be back here.
Oh my gosh. People are coming. This is it, baby. This is the day I've been
James?
waiting for.
Julia?
Julia?
I have now 3 different times in the past 90 seconds expressed to you that I am extremely anxious and concerned about the fact that we are about to wed and share life together. And I feel like I'm not up for that challenge. And I feel like I need your reassurance and your affirmation.
Baby, that tornado won't tear us apart. I'm telling you.
I'm
I'm going to protect you.
not talking about a tornado.
What are we talking about then?
There are things that you can't see. There are pieces outside of rotation. Okay, let me explain this how you can understand, okay? I am a cloud. And I'm a cloud. I'm a cumulonimbus. I'm a cumulonimbus. I'm big, I'm fluffy.
Oh, baby.
I'm a big fluffy cloud. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
What does my cloud need?
Okay. Well, I'm feeling
Do
some
anything for that
changes,
cloud, baby.
and I'm feeling
So if you want to get free bananas and cereal, check out the Continental
That's the
Breakfast.
package that we paid for.
What's that cloud want, baby?
I just want to know that the crowd next to me is going to listen and not be concerned with other external factors.
Well, I'm good with you. Wow.
Okay, I just want the other crowd to merge and make one bigger cumulonimbus
A
cloud.
cumulonimbus cloud. Baby, yes. That's what I want.
Okay.
Are you saying you don't want the cumulonimbus cloud? What are you saying?
I'm saying I do, but I'm scared it's not going to work.
It does every time. If you take one cloud and you put both cumulus clouds together, it's gonna make one. It will. It always does.
I'm sorry. I heard cloud talk and I was wondering if I could get in.
I'm leaving.
Okay, guys, this is it. We're getting back together. It's been 20 years. There's been marriages, babies, divorces. But I have a Dodge. We have the next 2 weeks. We can do it. Yes. Taking this Dodge on the road.
We are back.
We're back, baby. Oh, like we haven't changed. We haven't changed. We haven't changed. I put my hair up in the side ponytail again. Is it? It's the 80s. If we all say it's the 80s, it's the 80s.
Oh my gosh.
It's the 80s.
It's the 80s.
I love Molly Ringwald.
Yes.
Yes.
Duran Duran.
Yes. It's back. It's here.
It's here. We have a Dodge. We have a Dodge.
And we're
Legally, I can't drive, but we have a Dodge. Okay, so that will be one different thing from the 80s, because you were always like the driver.
You were always bringing it around.
It did matter in the 80s.
Yeah, you can do anything in the 80s.
Yeah. But the 90s.
No,
Catch up on that.
no talk about it. No talk about it.
I know what? Nina, you brought a sweet playlist, right?
Oh yes.
You always made the playlist. Yeah, you always did.
You always
made the
did.
playlist in the 80s. Yeah.
I thought we would just go through my Spotify.
Whoa.
You didn't create it in advance.
It's not burned to a CD or a 45 or, do you know the one in the 80s?
Yeah.
You mean cassette tapes? Cassette tapes.
It was the late 80s.
It's not. I'm sorry.
Okay, look
It's
at
just- I
it.
couldn't find
You
any.
said
It's fine, but I couldn't find any. So
Okay.
it's one.
Okay.
One little.
Okay, you're right. It's
We're back. We're in the 80s.
It's not 80s now. It's okay. And you made the plan for where we're gonna go.
Yes.
Yes.
Get in the car. We should actually start. Let's just get in the car.
Where's the car?
I'm driving first.
Where's the
I have a seltzer.
Who's got the van?
Yeah. So here's the thing about the van. It is in a neighboring county because the Enterprises did not have any Dodges here. So if someone could use their car just to get us to that
That's not the same.
starting
That's not the
point.
same. We never got in a car to get to the car.
No, the car was always
The
there.
car was ready for
We
us.
walked to the car. We didn't drive to the car in the 80s. I'm sorry.
We can't do this shit.
I don't want to do it.
Come on, it's just a little. It's just one different.
Okay.
It's just one thing.
I know who's gonna save it. Okay. Tell us what snacks you brought.
Yes. That always made it better.
I can't wait to hear it.
Mm-hmm. All those 80s snacks.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I did my best,
Uh-huh.
and I brought some trail mix, and I brought
No.
I brought
No.
Trail mix is timeless.
No.
You can have that in any
I
decade.
like any
I
decade.
feel like cavemen had that.
Yeah, but also I lost 17 pounds. I don't want to lose.
Oh my-
But I brought pretzel rods, which really.
We didn't.
Okay.
Oh,
give that away for free. I'm just gonna say it.
You have to sign up for school to get that.
Yeah. We're professionals, we're pros.
Yeah, I enrolled in community college, but then my financial aid fell through.
Oh, bummer.
Do you have any other questions?
Okay, yeah, what actually happened in Catcher in the Rye? Another classic that I missed.
I mean,
You guys don't know.
do you have 2 hours?
We know what happened.
We do.
Okay.
We do. Holden, if you want to know, it's going to cost you. Yeah, Holden and Sunny and JC and all the other characters.
The names.
Yeah. I'll give you a little hint. He's sad about his brother dying. Ooh. Ooh. Death.
Where do I live in the world?
Who am I? Ooh. I'm an adolescent and I'm scared about myself in society. Ooh. And that was free. That was free. Do you feel connected with us? Do you feel like you're learning?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah. Okay, I have another question.
Yes.
Always the top 3.
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
Give it.
When you have punctuation in a sentence,
Yes.
and it's dialogue.
I know where this is going.
She loves this.
I love this one.
Quote it.
Mm.
What if it's a question mark?
Yeah.
Does it still go inside the quotation mark?
Should I tell her? Should I tell her? Okay. Okay. It goes inside. Ooh.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. So now that we've explained our top
It's been fun.
English tips
Yeah.
to you, I think that conversation feels a little bit uneven. What do you do? I want to.
What can you teach us?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a dancer.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, what is time signature?
Oh, no, I'm
Oh,
an
is
exotic
that-
dancer.
What's a lap dance?
Oh, that's when you dance with one lap.
Where do you store your cash and how do you keep it safe?